Hello, radiant soul. Welcome back to your sacred space. This is Luna Celestine, and I'm so grateful you're here. Today, we gather under the glowing fire of Leo energy. On this transformative day of the 8th of July, 2025, if you've been feeling like something is stirring beneath the surface, something you can't quite name yet, but know is coming, you're not imagining it. The energy around you is shifting. And it's not just a gentle breeze. It's a turning point. And it begins now. Leo, you are standing at the edge of something deeply transformative. A life chapter that is quietly asking you to release your grip. You've been trying to hold it all together: your finances, your relationships, your timing, your image. But the truth is, the more you try to control every detail, the more you feel the exhaustion creeping in. That's because your soul is ready to surrender to something greater than force. This is not about giving up, it's about letting in support, letting in spirit, letting in a version of life that flows instead of fights. When you allow the universe to step in as your co-creator, what comes next isn't just survival, it's alignment, clarity, and deep-rooted passion. It's the life you've quietly dreamed of while pretending you were fine with less. And that's where today's journey begins. In this reading, we'll explore the energetic messages meant for you. Look into the guidance of the tarot. Reflect on love, money, purpose, and healing, and see what spirit wants you to know when everything starts shifting in your favor. So take a breath, ground yourself, and let's begin. There's a quiet kind of power that begins before the world wakes up. Leo, if you've been craving clarity, alignment, or simply a sense of peace that doesn't disappear with the first notification on your phone, Spirit is inviting you to create what I call a spirit morning. This isn't just about routines or discipline. It's about building a sacred container for yourself, one that lets your soul speak before the noise of the day drowns it out. Imagine waking up not to urgency, but to presence, before the rest of the world demands anything from you. You return to your center. You sit in stillness. You listen to your breath. You stretch or move your body not to punish it, but to thank it for carrying you. You drink water slowly, as if it were medicine. You tune into your heart and ask it what it needs, not what it should do. Then, with gentle hands, you pick up your journal, not to document your productivity or track your to-dos, but to pour your spirit onto the page. You write your desires as though they're already alive. You name your fears, not to amplify them, but to bring them into the light. You let the ink be your mirror, because here's the truth: what you write, you begin to claim, and what you claim, you start to attract, not in some magical instant, but in subtle, powerful shifts that unfold when your inner world and your outer actions finally speak the same language. This practice isn't about perfection. It's about remembering that your mornings shape your vibration, and your vibration shapes your reality. Spirit morning is where intention becomes energy, and energy becomes form. So tomorrow, and the day after that, and every day you feel like losing yourself to chaos, come back here. Come back to yourself, and begin again. In the realm of your work, Leo, Spirit is gently but firmly calling you into mastery. This isn't a season for shortcuts or temporary wins, it's a time when excellence becomes your quiet rebellion. Your signature, your soul's imprint on everything you touch. You may feel like progress is slow, like your efforts are going unnoticed, or that your gifts are somehow being held back. But let me be clear, this is not stagnation. This is sacred preparation. The universe is not delaying your purpose, it is deepening your roots so your rise can be lasting, not fleeting. Sometimes, the quietest seasons are the most transformative ones, because they give you space to refine, to focus, to become so clear in your craft that when the moment of expansion arrives, there is no doubt you are ready. And while you're here in this space of becoming, let yourself be a student of inspiration. Surround yourself with voices that elevate your vision, not cloud it. Read words that make you pause. Watch those who model integrity, not just success. Learn not with the pressure to catch up, but with the reverence of someone shaping a legacy. And as you gather all this wisdom, don't hold it, tightly share it. Even if you're still finding your way, your voice matters. Your journey has value. And someone out there may be waiting for the very insight you've earned through your own fire. Teaching doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means you're brave enough to speak while still evolving. And Leo, that's exactly what leadership looks like in matters of the heart. Leo, the same truth applies. Love cannot be forced into form. It must be allowed to bloom in its own divine timing. If you've been single, wondering when or how someone new will enter your life, or perhaps feeling the pull of a familiar presence, return spirit wants you to soften. Stop scripting every scene before it happens. Stop rehearsing conversations that haven't even begun. Love isn't a performance. And it's not something to chase. It's something to recognize when it arrives. To receive, when your heart is open enough to hold it without fear. What's meant for you in love is not missing you, it's on its way. Moving through the same currents of growth and healing that you've been navigating too. And when it shows up, it won't demand that you shrink, pretend, or prove. It will ask only for truth. For those already in a relationship, this is your call back to presence. Not presence that just fills the room, but presence that listens, that sees, that asks. Not, what do I need from you, but, how can I meet you here? Let go of the need to fix or explain. Let the silence speak when it needs to. The healing in your partnership won't come from control, it will come from vulnerability. From the moments when you choose to put your armor down and say, this is what I feel. This is where I stand. And I want to know where you are. 2. Sometimes love grows not in fireworks, but in stillness. In the quiet moments where honesty meets safety, whether single or partnered. The medicine now is the same. Release your grip. Trust the current. Let love arrive on its own terms. Not because you summoned it by force, but because you finally stopped resisting what is true. When you live in your fullness, Leo, you don't chase love. You magnetize it. And the love that finds you in that space, it will be real. It will be ready. And it will feel like coming home. And now, Leo, we turn inward toward the temple of your body, the sacred vessel through which every dream, every decision, every vibration flows. Today, Spirit speaks not of perfection in your health, but of purification, not punishment, not obsession, but presence. This is a moment to return to what I call energy hygiene, gentle practice of cleansing what you've absorbed, both seen and unseen, because you don't just carry your own emotions. Leo, you feel the unspoken heaviness of those around you. You take on energy like a sponge. And when there's no outlet, It begins to weigh down the body, cloud the mind, dim the soul. This isn't weakness, it's sensitivity. And sensitivity, when honored, becomes a superpower. Start with your nourishment. Let your meals be love letters to your body, not acts of neglect. The more you feed yourself with clean, whole foods, those that come from the earth, rather than a factory, the more clearly your intuition will speak. Refined sugar and overly processed foods don't just disrupt your digestion, they disrupt your frequency. They add static to the line between you and spirit. And Leo, you've come too far to let noise take the place of clarity. Movement, too, is essential not for appearance, but for release. Your body stores your emotional history, every heartbreak, every hesitation, every unresolved fear. It's all in there, quietly asking to be moved through, not buried. Even a slow walk in nature, gentle stretching, or dancing in your room can shift your entire energy field. Let it be intuitive. Let it feel like a ritual. Let your body show you how it wants to heal. And finally, rest. Hydration. Silence. These are not luxuries. They are spiritual necessities. Your body does not exist to be endlessly productive. It exists to hold your soul. And that soul needs space to recalibrate. Drink more water than you think you need. Sleep longer than you feel allowed to. Pull back from the noise, and remember when your body feels safe. Your spirit becomes magnetic. When your nervous system is calm, your destiny unfolds with ease. So care for yourself now, not later. The future you're building depends on the energy you choose today. And when it comes to your inner circle, Leo, your family, your chosen tribe, your oldest friends, there is a gentle truth that needs remembering. You are not here to carry it all. As much as your heart wants to be the healer, the fixer, the one who holds space for everyone else's chaos, Spirit wants you to know that your light is not meant to be a bandage. It is meant to shine. You are allowed to love deeply without losing yourself in the process. You are allowed to say no without guilt, to take space without explanation, to set boundaries that protect your peace, not just theirs. Your presence is powerful. Yes, but it is not unlimited. You cannot pour from a cup that is constantly being emptied by other people's storms. If emotions rise in your family dynamics now, if conversations feel more intense or old wounds resurface, don't run from it, but don't absorb it either. Growth often arrives disguised as tension. Speak your truth clearly and with compassion, but don't silence yourself to keep the peace. You are not here to make everyone comfortable. You are here to be real. And in that realness, you just might inspire the healing that others have been too afraid to begin. That said, there's also sweetness on the horizon, a message, an invitation, or a shared piece of good news from someone close may reach you soon, perhaps a celebration, a gathering, or simply a moment of warmth that reminds you you're not alone. If it feels aligned, say yes. Joy is also medicine. You don't always have to be processing or fixing or giving. Sometimes, your healing comes through laughter, through presence, through receiving love with open hands. And as you navigate the energies around you today, notice who feels like flow and who feels like friction. Sagittarius may stir your sense of adventure and philosophical fire. Aries brings a boldness that energizes your own. Pisces reflects your intuitive side, helping you see the unseen. Gemini lightens your mood, making space for creativity and play. But with Taurus, you may feel resistance, especially if you're craving change while they cling to control. Let it be. Not every connection needs resolution today. Some simply need space. Choose presence over pressure. Leo, in your truth, you're already enough. And those who see you clearly, they'll meet you there. And now, Leo, as we come to the close of this sacred space together, I invite you to take one final breath deep. Steady. Present. Let it anchor you, not just in this moment, but in the truth of who you are becoming. Because today was never about predictions or guarantees. It was about remembrance. Remembering your fire. Remembering your voice. Remembering that even when the path feels uncertain, your soul knows exactly where it's going. You've been asked to let go not as an act of loss, but as an act of trust. To release your grip on what you thought life should look like, and instead, open your hands to receive what life is trying to offer you. Abundance is not a reward. It is your natural rhythm. Love is not a hunt. It is the echo that returns when you speak your truth without fear. And your purpose, it is not out there waiting to be found. It is already inside you, waiting to be lived, one present, courageous choice at a time. So as you step back into your day, take these words with you. You do not have to chase. You only have to align with your body, with your truth, with your deepest knowing. The rest will come and know because you forced it, but because you made space for it. You cleared the noise. You honored your timing. You chose yourself, and I'll be right here. Every step of the way whenever you need to return to your fire, your softness, your clarity. If this message stirred something in your heart today, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment. Share what landed. And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. Until next time, Leo, keep tending your flame. Keep trusting the unfolding. And above all, keep shining. The sky is brighter because you're in it.